Kolkata Knight Riders, who are away in Jaipur against the Rajasthan Royals, pink and purple. That's quite a colour combination that we're going to have out there. And again, there'll be strange emotions going on out there because we've seen some confidence from the Kolkata unit, but Rajasthan too, a bit like the other teams at that bottom four, will be desperate for points.
They'll be desperate for points. I think Kolkata has looked a very strong season again. Kolkata has exactly the same problem at this point in time that Sunrisers Hyderabad have. That's their finishers, instead of, in SRH's case, it's the openers, their finishers are doing so well that their middle order is still not being really exposed. The fact of the matter is, Shubman Gill hasn't really got runs. Nitish Rana's got a few. Robin has, made very pretty 40s and 50s but failed to complete it. And they're all getting through because that man has been so brilliant at the end. And that man cannot, he is human. At least I think he's human. I'm not completely sure.
I think wins like they got against RCB just galvanise a group. When you win, I know it's an individual that's got them over the line, but when you get that win and you're in the team room and you just feel the warmth of a great victory and energy, and you get on the plane and you get to Jaipur, you'd expect their performance levels to be pretty good. Whereas the Rajasthan Royals throughout the tournament have been good. They've only won one game, but I think they've competed in every single game. They call home their fortress. So again, I think it's going to be a real tight one. Very, very tough to call who's going to win tomorrow night, because two teams that will feel that they're playing some decent quality cricket. So it'll just be on the night. Can you get a Dre Russ? Can you get a Joss Buttler? Can you get a Ben Stokes? Can you get a Sanju Samson? These kind of players, whichever teams can get two or three of their individuals having high-class games, it'll be the team that goes on to win the game.
Abhideep just reminded me that both teams have just come off a win against RCB. Does that count? I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. But no, just coming back to your point and trying to play devil's advocate here. Yes, they'll be on a high after that. Is there a danger of being on too much of a high to almost rest on your laurels? You've got to tell yourself, let's come down to earth, because Russell starts on zero, the whole team starts on zero.
Yeah, and again, the kind of the management of the KKR, if they're a smart management group, will have got the team in the room and said, come on, let's be honest, we got over the line because of Dre Russ. We need more of a collective. We need to be a little bit smarter. We need to just stand up a little bit more. So Chris Lynn's looking okay, but he got in and got out. Your job, Chris, is to make sure that when you get in, you stay and you're there till about the 17th over. Bowling units, they look okay, but they're not firing as what I would expect. But they're a consistent team that generally makes the final four. And I don't see anything that I've seen this year that would suggest that they're not going to make the final four, because they've got too much quality, they've got too much depth, and they're a well-organised unit. So looking forward to tomorrow night's game.
Not much chat about personnel really, as far as that team is concerned.
No, Kolkata, they're not going to change much at all. I think this is their settled, fixed unit. Expect this to play, barring injury, almost all the way through. They know, and Kolkata very much plays like that. They have a team they depend on, and they say that these the guys are going to deliver it for us. They will not make too many changes unless they really need to.
I'm surprised that Lockie Ferguson, he had a bit of a difficult night the other night. I wonder if they'll consider playing Harry Gurney. Harry Gurney's had an exceptional winter playing T20 leagues. He's pretty much won every single league. His left arm, as he bowls nicely at the death, he bowls back of the hand, slower balls, and it's not an easy pitch to bowl on. So I just wonder if they might think about bringing Harry Gurney into the team.
They could, and this is, remember, these are big boundaries, so the slower bowlers get a bit out of here because you have slight bit more protection. And Chinnaswamy, you don't have any protection at all. You slight bit. They could. That's the only position they'd probably look at, because who else could you want to replace Carlos Brathwaite, who doesn't have a chance while Russell is in that kind of form. The rest just pick themselves at this point.
Yeah, Brett, I was going to say that KKR have the most muscular cheerleader of all teams in Carlos Brathwaite. But Harry Gurney, I like his sense of humour, because you realise that he's going to try and push for a place in the team. And the other day at the event for the mobile phone company, their sponsor, we were trying to get them to do the best line, take a good selfie and give the best line with it. So he said, I take A, the best selfies, but B, you can take a selfie while I bowl and get to the other end and I can face the ball. That's my slower one. So he's proud of that slower one. And then he added, he said, even my quicker one, you could do that.
He's a good bowler. He's smart. He bowls, at the front. He bowls at the back end. Bowls over the wicket, round the wicket. He's a smart. Well, he's had a tremendous winter. Quit red ball cricket. He's quit the longer format. He's just a T20 specialist now.
Also, if I had to drop Lockie, I'd drop him just for that moustache.
Moustache, yeah.
That is
get rid of that.
Terrible look. That's
Can't bowl well with that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's probably a tradition in the franchise, but yeah, I guess if you have to say Chris Lynn, remember he used to have that one.
No, that's not a moustache. That's a caterpillar. That's his pet caterpillar. He just keeps it out.
Just keeps it there. That's how you carry your pets around when it's not a pet-friendly place. But what about moving from purple to pink? What about the Rajasthan Royals? Do they need to make a few changes? On paper, every time you look at this team and you say, wow, Smith, Buttler, Tripathi, Stokes, Archer, and Shreyas Gopal bowling well. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong on paper except the results.
Yeah. I don't think there'll be any change to you.
I don't reckon they'll go anywhere else.
Sanju Samson is the one name.
Sanju Samson will come back if he's fit. But other than that, they can't. Also, remember, Shreyas Gopal has bowled well for them. Stuart Binney didn't bowl very much. He bowled 1 over for them. So if Sanju Samson comes in, he'll probably replace Binney straight off. It'll be a one-off swap. Jaydev, on the kind of form he is in currently, I don't think they'll risk him. Nobody else really looks like forcing his way through. What I'd love to be seeing is business end of the Kolkata innings. Jofra Archer bowling to Trey Russell. If there's one challenge, that's the challenge. Can you hit Jofra Archer? Though Jofra Archer is a speed, so he could go, but I reckon it won't be that easy to hit him.
One thing's for sure is the Rajasthan Royals would have had probably about a 7-hour meeting today trying to discuss what we do when Jerry comes out to the middle. Who's going to bowl, what the tactics going to be, has anyone got anything that we could produce?
I can tell you the one man who has a lot of expertise who will be leading that conversation in the dressing room. It'll be Ben Stokes. He knows all about being hit by big Caribbeans into the stands.
Yeah, and he'll be looking to the dugout, looking at Carlos and thinking, thank God you're not playing as well. But that's what generally happens in teams when you come up against someone like Trey Russ, that you just ask around, has anyone got any kind of information that we could just throw at him to make it a little bit different to what he's faced so far in the tournament? I would think it'll probably be leg spin.